Right, hello everyone. We all enjoyed the half-time entertainment, didn't we? So I suppose as a party we must be doing something right. But it's good to be here for our first ever party conference, and it's a real honour for both myself and my son Dan to speak to you today. As you know, we are father and son, and we run the East Midlands Nottingham branch since it was set up, and are trying to establish a useful link within the NRP chain. We have never done anything like this before, never joined a political party, never done a speech, so please bear with us, this is a bit daunting. We are a new branch in Nottingham, which is slowly starting to bear fruits. We're a little behind some of the other more established branches, but hopefully we will grow steadily over the next few months. So a little about us. Why am I here today? I'm just a family man with no political experience. I first got interested in politics many years ago when I was a student. My father was actually a good friend of Enoch Powell and met him several times. However, I thought the answer to fixing the country was the Ecology Party, now known as the Green Party. I soon realised they meant well, but sadly had no idea. So after this, there never seemed to be any real alternative to the two main parties that have taken us slowly backwards, so my interest waned. But in recent years, things have changed, generally for the worse. Apart from maybe Brexit, we now find our country in a serious situation. So just look at some of the recent headlines we've had over the last few years. I'll share them with you. Obviously, uncontrolled immigration. They come into the country literally by the boatload. Ukrainians, maybe a few Gaza refugees as well. We'll let them go to the top of the housing list and have free medical treatment while they're at it. The failing NHS. We can't see a doctor for weeks. Waiting lists are spiralling and out of control. If you want to see a dentist, well, good luck with that. Our freedom of speech has descended into something from the film 1984. An inflammatory tweet will land you in prison for about 3 years. But a statement of violence at a rally in front of hundreds of people and national media is deemed fine, and you can walk scot-free. A clear example of two-tier policing. The state now makes us worried to post anything on social media in fear of a knock on the door by the police. This is a real serious infringement of our civil liberties. So, MPs lie. They create manifesto promises regularly. You have to look at the current government. Remember cash for questions. How about filling your expenses? Yeah. Or we could talk about Angela Rayner. Why not? The British people will accept all this and carry on as normal. There seems to be a strange general feeling of acceptance with all of this. I see this and am motivated to do something about it. But what and with who? Most of us are outraged, watching the news and moan while we're down the pub. That's as far as we go. We don't seem to want to do anything. What we need to do is make a massive step forward to actually do something. Take some form of action.
Totally agree.
That says, no, we won't just accept what we've had before, but to actually try and change things for the better. That leap of faith to be active. If not for our generation, but for the next. Then we found the NRP. It was Dan. Found the party, but it struck a chord with me too. And we first went and met some of the members in Manchester. We realised there was a party that had ideals that were required to turn things around, real plans to improve our communities and the country. Not just the standard flip-flopping, blaming each other from the two main parties, where nothing ever changes, but a real fresh approach. The main thing we need to do is get a message out there to the people, and us in the East Midlands, like the other branches, are now starting to do this, and today we can see it's actually happening. We have started doing things in Nottingham. I've actually made contact with our local MP, she may well be a Labour MP, there you go, and I've raised local issues, local and national, which she has acknowledged and has been emailing me back regularly. We talk to people in our area and tell them there is an alternative. We're getting the word of the NRP out there and people are starting to listen. Things are starting to happen. But this is the action we need to do. When we need to persevere, then it will bear fruits. Let's see where we are in a year's time as we continue to grow, with the future looking brighter for us all. So I'm excited to be with you on this journey. This party is the future of politics and the answer we need. So thank you for listening to me. I'm going to pass you over to Dan.
Hello everyone, I feel really privileged to be here today to tell you about my journey into politics and why I'm here today with the NRP. As you can see, I'm a student in my last year of school, but I've been interested in politics for a couple of years now. When I look at other nationalist parties, I only see protests and division. They all seem to lack real policies and forward thinking. We need to move past the flag waving and complaining and get something done with real action that has an agenda to improve our nation. Then I found a real legitimate party, the National Rebirth Party, that seemed to have the ideals I was looking for. So I contacted Alec, who kindly offered us to make contact with the Manchester branch. From there, both of us were keen to get involved. We were then offered the chance to set up the East Midlands branch, which we gladly accepted. So what have we done as a branch? We have done several leaflet drops in our local area. We have started meeting regularly. We have done a stall in the centre of Nottingham and plan to do this regularly. We recently combined efforts with the Birmingham branch to hold a stall and a meeting in the centre of Birmingham. We have planned another stall and meeting with the Birmingham branch in Nottingham. And lastly, we have set up a TikTok account to offer real, legitimate nationalist party. Moving forward, we are looking into getting involved with online local community groups to help our people, environment and raise awareness for the party and branch. This is an exciting time for us and we look forward to what the future holds as the party grows. Thank you.